You have a twin?
Well,
Which one of you is good? Which one of you is evil? Hello everyone, and welcome to the Ready Room Brief, where we quickly discuss some things related to the Picard series.
No, sir, wait! Captain!
So, what are we going to discuss today, Tim?
well, an interesting idea was brought up in the third episode, evil twins. So we're going to talk about, is Daj or Soji evil? What does that mean for the character? Is there anything going on that they're trying to reflect back on Data and lore?
That is a good question. I would like to know. So let's get into it.
In this episode, there's sort of a reveal. There's some sort of twin mythology, or suggested from this sort of crazy lady who's an explorer, Romulan, who was an expert in mythology, Ramda, and she was talking to Soji and says, which twin are you? Are you the living one or the dead one? Are you the evil one or the good one?
Which sister are you? The one who dies or the one who lives? I know who you are! You are Senchenim! You are the destroyer!
And then she has this sort of picture of these two angels. One seems like a light one, one's a dark one. And that sort of suggests that there's some sort of dualism, and it has something to do with this destroyer prophecy that is tied somehow to Daj and Soji.
It's kind of setting up Daj and Soji as one of them's evil, one of them's good.
So one thing I'm maybe a little bit worried about is all this talk of good and evil reminds you of Data and Lore. Of course, Lore is Data's evil older brother, and that they might retcon them to being twins. But we know from several episodes, it's been pretty firmly established that Lore was created first, was Data's elder brother, and Juliana Tainer, Data's mother, in the Inheritance episode, meets Data, and she talks about how Lore was created first.
We know that Daj and Soji were created using one of Data's neurons.
There's a process where from a single positronic neuron from Data, they can create a stable positronic brain android, but something about this process needs to create twins.
Right.
What I'm more worried about is sort of the philosophical implications of saying that Data's nature is to be good. Because to me, that means he doesn't have the same type of personhood, free choice. Because humans don't have necessarily a nature of good or evil. That's choices that we make. If Data all along was just his nature, his pre-programmed nature was to be good, then what he was never really his choice.
Wasn't a choice, right?
His sacrifices, the good things he did, weren't really an aspect of his personhood. They were just an aspect of his programmed nature, which I think would take away from Data's character, and I think would, if used this way, would take away from the development of Soji's character.
Probably the direction they'll go, and I think this would be good, is to have, at a certain time, Soji be confronted with the idea of, am I evil? Was I programmed to be the destroyer? And if so, can I deviate from my programming?
This concept of destroyer, and as being rooted in Romulan mythology, we had this sort of theory we were talking about as we were reviewing the third episode, that maybe Maddox and Agnes are religious fanatics on the other side. For whatever reason, they're like the cult followers who are trying to
bring about the apocalypse.
Or at least bring about the destroyer. Of course, the word destroyer, and you think about like Shiva, the destroyer in Hindu mythology, like maybe the destroyer is going to end up really being like a revolutionary.
Is Soji evil? Is Soji good? Was Daj evil? Was Daj good? It might not be either. Yes, I think Soji will have to make a decision, but I think it could also just be, often cultures have their kind of mythologies, and they think something's going to happen a certain way, and they make predictions. 2012 will be the end of the world. This will be the end of the world. There's also the chance that the Romulans just have this weird mythology that they're pinning it on Daj and Soji, and maybe it's not connected to them at all. So maybe this is almost like their Antichrist.
If that whole idea of the prophecy and the root of the mythology and what this destroyer role they think she has to have, if that is subverted by her choosing to be an independent, free will person, then in contrast with the fanatics who who don't have the same type of free will. They have sort of a fanatical fatalism about their goal and their role in the prophecy. She really is more of a complete person.
So there you go. We've kind of talked about the idea of the evil twin, the good twin, and what we're kind of hoping might happen.
So let us know what you think about the dynamics being created here, whether Soji is an evil twin or a good twin, or what the Destroyer is, or what that means for the arc that's going to happen with this character going forward.
Thank you so much for joining us. We will see you next time in the Ready Room. And I know I'm glad that I picked the good twin.